And I have, in fact, Ambika Shukla as well. And as you were rightly mentioning, more aspects of the order has now come out. Ma'am, it's a big no to the relocation, certainly, with this order. But there is, in fact, if we talk about the aggressive breed, there, in fact, Supreme Court has said that they will be in the shelter homes. Now, all the cases which were in the high courts, they will be shifted. So how are you looking at all of these aspects of the Supreme Court's order?
We are, there is no way of establishing what is an aggressive dog. It is a very subjective definition. So they have to be very clear and categorical guidelines laid out for it. Who will establish, who will examine, and these have been set out already in the ABC rules. So let the ABC rules continue to determine what is this. It cannot be a class for municipal worker who decides what is an aggressive dog. It cannot be somebody who is afraid of dogs who decides what is an aggressive dog. It cannot be any subjective layperson's decision. It has to be an expert call. There have to be veterinarians involved. There have to be animal behaviorists involved. That would be a fair interpretation of the court's order. So I look forward to a sensible interpretation of the order, not leading to any subjective discrimination, not leading to any cruelty that can possibly stem from this kind of direction that is open. So we need to interpret, and I think that is where the Animal Welfare Board will need to step up and actually lay out very clear and categorical definitions. It should not be left like an open description, because that will be tantamount to cruelty. If we say that all dangerous persons should be kept behind bars, now who decides who is dangerous? There are very strict codes laid down in the same way for humans, that what would constitute a danger to society, who would constitute a danger to the nation, who would constitute a danger, basically. And those are very clearly laid out in our criminal code. Similarly, we need the definition to come from animal experts, animal behaviorists, the veterinarians, and the people with domain expertise. It should not be open to every RWA president to decide who is a dangerous dog.
Ma'am, another point that has come out in Supreme Court's order is that it has said that those dog lovers or the NGOs who are petitioners and who wish to impede in Supreme Court's hearing of the larger issue will have to pay 25,000 to 2 lakh fees to take part in these hearings. So how do you look at this as well?
I find this a deeply disappointing move, because the basic promise of justice is made to every Indian citizen, no matter how poor they may be, where they come from, who they are. The Supreme Court has always been a beacon for redressal, and it is something that with every citizen feels hopeful that there is justice, because there is a court system, and at which the apex of which is the Supreme Court. So for the Supreme Court to lay down a fiscal fine or punishment or condition for anybody to approach them for justice is a severe deterrent to anybody wanting justice and redressal. So I find this astonishing, confusing, and I hope that they will reconsider this, because this is not something that encourages anybody seeking justice to approach the court. And where else can we go?
So Gauri, as you heard, certainly, Ambika Shukla clearly saying that this point is something that the Supreme Court also needs to reconsider. Over to you.